Yeah, just a lot of punching down, practicing, hitting below my knees, and a lot of speed.
He warming up.
We're
now.
sparring.
That's what we need.
Truthfully, I just feel like our generation got to step up and start really like doing their homework.
If I find out anything, I'm gonna beat your ass and I'm gonna beat Jadon Love ass.
What happens when a boxing legend challenges the new face of the sport to achieve the impossible? When Oscar De La Hoya points his finger at Gervonta Tank Davis, it's not just hype. It's a clash of generations, a challenge between past glory and present dominance. De La Hoya isn't calling for a simple fight. He's daring Tank to chase a legacy, to attempt what no modern fighter has done, break his legendary record of 5 world title fights in just 1 year. This isn't just a call-out, it's a test of greatness.
It's a dangerous fight for Jake. Gervonta's technical expertise, his speed, his precision, the fact that he's a counter striker are dangerous facts that make me think that Jake's really got to lock in for this one. On the contrary, if Gervonta feels a couple big Jake Paul shots, it's going to be detrimental.
I think this is going to be one of those ones that gets a real good racial split. I think it's going to be some real black versus white shit, dude.
Hey! Jake's scared, man.
Unboxing.
I saw it in Jake's face. Jake's scared, bro.
Say a center in Miami, Florida.
More importantly, Tank saw it. Gervonta is an animal for real.
I gotta ask you, Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis. Does Davis have a chance?
Gervonta is a great boxer, but he ain't gonna be Jake Paul.
So you got Jake Paul by knockout, or?
No, I don't got anybody, but I don't think
he's just too small.
It's just I don't want to beat up somebody that small. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
What do you think of the fight?
I don't want to lose to somebody that. There's no point in the fight. It's a great fight, actually. I'm not hating on the fight, but I think my thoughts on it is let's watch it.
Oscar De La Hoya refuses to let his records collect dust. He has thrown down the gauntlet, publicly demanding that Gervonta Davis step up and shatter his mark, 5 world title fights in a 12-month span.
That's what it takes. Keep him busy. Tank Davis is not the face of boxing because he doesn't fight often. He fights once a year. And he's probably one of the best talents in the world. I love Tank Davis. I love watching him fight. I love when he goes in the ring and just demonstrates power and speed and he doesn't give a shit. I love that. But he has to fight more often. We want to see Tank fight 3-4 times a year. Tank Davis, I dare you to break my record. 5 world title fights in 1 year. Let's go.
What do you think of Jake Paul, Gervonta Davis? I know on Instagram you called it a circus.
Yeah, this is boxing is slowly turning into the WWE. That's what I think.
Does Tank Davis have a chance?
Yes, but
yeah?
I don't even want to talk about it. Don't ask me questions like that again.
In today's world, where elite fighters barely step into the ring twice a year, the challenge sounds insane. And maybe that's the point. De La Hoya wants to provoke, to question the very soul of today's champions, to bring boxing back to an era when the best fought the best, again and again, without hesitation. To understand the weight of his dare, we need to go back to the year he set that very record.
Fight Pacquiao again because he kicked my ass. Sorry. But yeah, there were many fighters out there who I would have loved to fight 2 or 3 times.
You know what? So you had enough of Pacquiao is what you're saying.
Oh, trust me. Right when I walked into the ring, I had enough of Pacquiao.
You thought that when you got in the ring?
Oh, well, Rich, this documentary, my gosh, it's sad too at the end because it shows the whole Pacquiao situation. I was getting beat up in training camp when preparing for Pacquiao. So I knew that was the end already for me because Pacquiao was just coming up.
Yeah.
Pacquiao was like the star in the making. But what really screwed up my whole training for that fight was I started drinking heavy during training camp and nobody knew. Oh yeah. I mean, it gets, so I was.
The year was 1997. Oscar De La Hoya wasn't just a fighter, he was a phenomenon. He launched a legendary campaign, starting with a showdown against the defensive wizard Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker, a fight many thought he would lose. But De La Hoya emerged victorious, and he didn't stop there. He defended his title against David Kamau, then the flashy Hector Macho Camacho, followed by Wilfredo Rivera. Each fight brought a new style, a new danger, and a new test. One by one, he conquered them all. That year became the cornerstone of his legacy.
Jake Paul versus Tank Davis, they just announced the fight. What's your instant reaction to that?
I don't know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder. I think it's not a real fight. Jake just too big. Tank ain't gonna be able to get in from that jab. Jake land one good punch on Tank, it's over with.
If you do fight, what weight would it be at?
195.
Oh, wow. So he would go all the way from 40 to 95?
Yeah, I mean, it would be an exhibition.
Okay. So what does that mean? Is that 3-minute rounds?
Yeah, 10 3-minute rounds.
Jake Paul, you say you want to be a world champion. You say you want to take this sport serious. Then take it serious. This is not a popularity contest. I'm actually praising Jake Paul here to take this serious because I really truly feel if he fights the right fights and takes the right path to that world title, he can actually get there. I'm not sure because it's up to him if he can win it, but he can get there.
But here's the reality. De La Hoya's challenge doesn't fit the world Gervonta Davis fights in today. In 2025, the lightweight division is a shark tank. Shakur Stevenson, the master technician, Devin Haney, the undisputed king, and Vasily Lomachenko, still lurking as a threat.
Video of you and Devin Haney sparring, people were going crazy over it. He was just a teen when that happened. How do you feel like his boxing skills have improved since?
I think he was best on his game when he was that age. I think he was like 17. I wasn't that much older than him. I think we probably like 3 years older, apart. But I feel as though he slowed down. All that partying and drinking and stuff slowed him down.
Thank you so much.
Floyd, when you think about the fighters who are fighting now, can you give me your 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 when it comes to the lightweight? Who you would put where?
As of right now, the two guys, the biggest puncher, I feel at the 135 would probably be Gervonta Tank Davis. But the most skillful fighter at 135 would be hands down Shakur Stevens.
You know Vasily Lomachenko, the boxer? Yeah. His dad made him do Ukrainian dance for 2 years, made him stop boxing. And now if you watch him fight, his footwork is insane. Like he's standing in front of a guy and then he'll like switch and throw a jab and circle off to his left and catch him again and circle off to his right. The guy does not know where the fuck he is.
Just getting one of those fights signed can take months of negotiations, politics, and network battles. De La Hoya's demand isn't just a challenge, it borders on fantasy, because boxing itself has changed.
I just feel like our generation got to step up and start really like doing their homework.
But don't you believe that when it's all said and done, they will be able to respect it?
For sure. Because what they really respect is.
Yeah.
That's what they like. I disagree with that logic too. Like, I'm just like a different type of person to where I understand like boxing is a sport. So guys gonna go in there and they gonna lose. And I know I was just popping a lot of shit about being undefeated earlier. So they gonna come back and try to talk about that. But I'm like being for real on this. Boxing, one guy has to lose. And when you go against the best, and you are the best too, but somebody was just a little bit better, you gonna lose. So it comes with the sport. All the greats have losses. Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, Tommy Hearns. They was in the era where everybody fought everybody, so everybody had losses. So truthfully, I don't think boxing should be a way where guys just hang on to this fucking undefeated logic that has to fucking keep going and everybody.
The truth is, champions today don't fight less because they're weaker. They fight less because the business model is different. In De La Hoya's era, networks like HBO paid fighters to stay active and build their brand. That world is gone, replaced by a slower, more lucrative system.
When two personalities come into the ring together and create the perfect storm. And that's exactly what they're gonna do on April 22nd, is create the perfect storm. And yeah, a lot of guys obviously know I'm with my guy, you know? And this is the reason why we're gonna bring back those glory days, those big pay-per-view glory days, because of this guy right here, Ryan Garcia. So April 22nd,
These two guys here are gonna battle it out. They're gonna fight. And I can't do any talking whatsoever because I'm not gonna fight for them and they gotta do the job themselves. But that's the beauty. They wanted this fight. Nobody else. Ryan Garcia wanted this fight years ago. And now it's here. April.
And if you want proof, just look at the Garcia versus Davis showdown. The fight was practically decided before the bell even rang, thanks to a ruthless contractual detail, the rehydration clause.